Shocking images coming in from Bengaluru on New Year's Eve, the revelry that went terribly wrong. This was a night out for hundreds of women on the 31st of December at the very famous MG Road and Brigade Road. This is the heart of Bengaluru that turned into a nightmare for them when they were groped and they were molested in the open by unruly drunk men. And all of this was happening despite the presence of police. One could see hooligans molesting and passing very lewd remarks on the women who were also celebrating New Year's Eve, forcing them to run for help. The molestation was so brazen, it was happening in the open, and the police were clearly outnumbered by thousands of revelers who were seen on the streets.
We are absolutely appalled. But having said that, I'd also like to add that we've taken full motor cognizance and we've sent off the thing to everybody there, Home Minister, the head of the police commissioner, city, everybody, saying we want a reply in 48 hours. Immediate reply, not 48 hours. And we have decided that if the reply is unsatisfactory, we'll send a team to do an inquiry to find out why the police has not suo motu taken cognizance of what has happened. I'm told that they haven't even looked at their the footage that they may have from their cameras, etc. And the possibility that they're using the fact that nobody has made an official complaint as an excuse cannot be ruled out. So we have decided we will go, very strictly. But we are also, the commission is getting increasingly, it's very undermining that every time at almost regular intervals, something like this keeps happening in this country. Everybody gets outraged, but the situation doesn't seem to change. A combination of factors seems to be just, holding back women in this country, despite now across the board, political parties agree that women's safety is an issue. But I think community involvement and community, perhaps some sort of commitment.
Let's go straight across to our first caller from Mumbai, Kalpana, who joins us now. Kalpana, thanks so much for speaking to us on India Today. How do you react and respond to this shameful incident that has come to light from a city like Bengaluru?
I always thought Bengaluru was much more cosmopolitan city, but I'm really shocked. But actually, I completely agree with what Mrs. Kumaramangalam says. We as women, our mindset needs to change. Our parents' mindset needs to change. Our society mindset needs to change. The first question we are told, first thing we tell our children or girl children is, don't complain, handle it, don't make a noise. What do people say? What will society say? This is what stops people from coming in and complaining. Right. I'm not talking about only public spaces. I'm talking about across the board, whether it's a college, whether it's a corporate organization, whether it is wherever, including violence at home.
Yes.
We are always told women keep quiet. So how do you think who will help us? Unless we don't speak out and we tell our children that you need to speak out, come hell, high water. Don't care what society will say, what people will say.
Absolutely.
Stand out and complain, make a noise. Otherwise, nobody is going to help us,
Right.
We can keep blaming organizations, we can blame institutions, police, this, that. But we as a woman, we as a society needs to stand up completely and tackle this issue.
Right. And so that we can avoid a repeat of an incident like this. Daryl from Gurgaon also joins us on the phone line. Daryl, thanks so much for speaking to us. Your reactions.
Ma'am, the biggest problem in our country is, in our academics, we teach our children in our country maths, physics, chemistry. What we don't teach our children is patriotism. We lack patriotism. Our Prime Minister thinks that he can demonetize his notes and, black money will go away, corruption will go away. It is not that. It is the matter of patriotism towards your country. Again, it works up to this, the respect for the women on our streets. I have worked overseas. I have seen women that travel at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning with micro mini skirts. Nobody says anything to them over there. Why does it happen in our country over here? The reason is we lack patriotism over here. Number two is, ever since this government has come into play, these right-wing elements are allowed to open their mouth, and that is why all this free brazenness which is going on over here in Bangalore happens over here.
Right.
Do you agree with me?
No, I just wanted to hear your views, but perhaps successive governments need to take more action to avoid such ugly incidents. Daryl, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your views. We also have with us now our next caller from Mumbai, Shishadri, who joins us now. Shishadri, thanks so much for speaking to us. You know, everybody, the reaction that we've been getting is while they've condemned an incident like this, but perhaps, you know, the message that goes out there is that we need more measures. We need to change society's thinking. The mindset really is something that needs to be you know, worked upon and changed.
Yeah, I agree on that. It's a very shameful incident, highly condemnable incident. I think in a progressive society like India, where we have leaders who are making right kind of noises, we also have leaders who unfortunately make some statements which are not in favor of society. I think as a society, all the leaders should take the responsibility, should ensure safety of women, not only in Bangalore but across India. When Nirbhaya happened in Delhi, there were a lot of noises, leaders came out in support.
Oh, yes.
Okay, but then the mindset has not changed. Okay, now also few leaders would come, they will support this, there would be some leaders who would be against this, a strong action should be taken. But at the end of the day, people forget this kind of incidents 2-3 days time.
Absolutely.
I think as a society, we need to take responsibility. We should have leaders who take responsibility, and it's a highly condemnable act. I think the first measure that the government of Karnataka should do is identify the culprits and take strong action.
Which the government and the police are doing so. In fact, they are closely examining the footage that they have in their possession, and that is available with all the media houses as well. We also have with us a resident from Bengaluru, Feni Kumar, who joins us. Feni, thanks so much for speaking to us. I can't believe that an incident like this has taken place in Bengaluru. This is the very famous New Year Eve's parade, the party that takes place at Brigade Road. This is happening in a city that boasts of some of the most famous restaurants and nightclubs and is known for its nightclub culture as well.
Very good afternoon, madam.
Yes.
Yeah, thing is that what Kumar Mangalam she has spoken, I am to some extent I'll agree. And the very next lady has spoken regarding the parents and all. That is exactly the same what I would like to speak. It is the basic responsibility of the parents. The culture. What is the culture? Is New Year English New Year? Is it our New Year? Every state has got its New Year. Why we are celebrating English New Year? And everybody gathering like these pubs and these common areas, and such incidents are the invitation. Have you seen the clippings, madam? And what is the dressing code? Is it not an invitation for the people?
No. What has that got to do? What has the dress code got to do with the violence that was committed on these women?
Midnight, how come a woman come and enjoy in such
Why women cannot celebrate New Year's Eve?
No,
madam. Is that what you're suggesting?
It is not a New Year Eve. It is not our New Year Eve at all. It's a change of English calendar. For suppose some states have got Ugadi, all these, they are the actual New Years.
No. So are you opposed to the fact that Indians are celebrating New Year's Eve on the 1st of January, on the 31st midnight and 1st of January?
It is a change of English calendar. It is for English New Year. It is a Western. It is a New Year for them. It is not for us, madam.
All right, and Mr. Fani Kumar. All right,
right. And because, have you seen the clippings, madam? The police officers are there right behind when they are carrying that lady. And what the action they do, absolutely they are not doing anything.
Okay.
They are just two people carrying the lady, and she has totally gotten pray for him. Pray for them.
Yes, and that's the question that we are asking, that why an incident like this unfolded in the presence of police. Mr. Feni, thanks so much for speaking to us. We also have a reaction coming in from the Home Minister, Mr. G. Parameshwar. Let's listen in.
Yes, we do agree. Incidents like this, if it happens in a New Year day, you should also understand that the entire culture of celebration of a New Year has changed over the years. So we need to, regulate that. How we do it, how we can actually, try and organize these kind of things. We will have to see.
People outnumber the police there.
Yeah, well, not really. We can't have 10,000 policemen. You know, one or two incidents, yes, I agree. It is not good. But definitely we will look into this and see that it doesn't repeat anymore.
Let's go straight across to India Today's Deputy Editor Rohini Swami. Rohini, an incident like this happening in Bengaluru is disgraceful in itself. But the fact that it happened in the presence of police personnel is outright shameful. Is it because of the huge gap in the, cop to people ratio in the city?
Yes, and this is not the Bangalore you and I know, Avantika. This is the kind of Bangalore that we always dreaded, that it may turn out to be due to lumpen elements. Now, yes, clearly this incident that has taken place is also because the number of police personnel deployed, that is 1,500, they have been outnumbered by the revelers there. But we should also look into the fact that there have been lumpen elements who were waiting there, obviously to create ruckus, and they have gone ahead and exploited women. Now, when I've been speaking to the police, the DGP of Karnataka also has said that they have CCTV images which they are scoring through. They're also looking at possible people who could have been involved in this incident, and they will be arrested as soon as possible. But every year, New Year is celebrated on Brigade Road and MG Road in Bangalore. This is the hub where everybody comes out and wishes everybody. It doesn't matter what the New Year is for Indian culture or what New Year is for an English calendar. What it means is people want to get together and celebrate. They have the right to do so. But when they do so also, they have the right to feel safe when they do so. And that is where the problem lies. In terms of the security that is being placed in that area, there was deployment. But definitely the number of people were much more. Another thing also that the Tourism Minister of Karnataka did talk about is the fact that while the police have been trying to curb and try to lathi charge at that point of time, it also depends on oneself to also maintain some amount of discretion and being very careful. Now, when he says that, he's talking about these lumpen elements. Why should they land up over there in an inebriated state and trouble people? There have been preventive arrests that have taken place also. So the problem is here that there has been a rise in lumpen elements, and they have to be cracked down and they have to be put behind bars. And a clear message needs to be sent that if you do something, then you will not be spared. Law will definitely catch up with you, and that is what the police need to do. The Bangalore Police Commissioner has just taken a charge yesterday. He's a new police commissioner, but he has come on off record and said that he will ensure that even one complaint comes, even from one victim, they will not spare anybody.
All right, so we're just waiting for somebody to speak up. We have a caller from Noida, Shubrata, who joins us now. Please go ahead and share with us your reactions to this absolutely shameful incident that has come to light from Bengaluru.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Subrat and I'm from Noida. This situation is there from ages, right? The women's security has been, talked about by many political parties, but it has never been, seen as a national issue. See, political parties says, opposition, they come up with, fringe, topics like, demonetization. Every party is saying about that, but nobody is serious about women's security. It's been there for ages, We have to frame strict laws, and that implementation has to be done, saying that the laws are there, but they are not implemented is like, saying that there is food, but you are not able to eat it. So I mean, if somebody is raping a minor, that his private parts should be cut off or his hands should be cut off. This, example should be set in the society so that, the rape cases should be gone within a month. You do it and that will be gone. Rahul Gandhi, Kejriwal, Mamta Didi, they should, raise these issues rather than, saying that, the demonetization has killed poor people. They haven't killed for ages now, They die every year. So it's not an issue. Issues like population growth, issues like women's security, they have been, they should be raised in the national level. Put pressure on the government on these issues rather than, creeping on the same poor Dalits every year.
Okay. All right. Heard you. Thank you so much for sharing your views. And some of it is extremely important as well. Perhaps it is time that the government's, pick up and speak about some very important issues that plague our society. We also have with us another caller from Chennai, Sanjay, who joins us. Sanjay, thanks so much for speaking to us. Your views on this absolutely disgraceful incident that is coming in from, India's largest IT hub, Bengaluru.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. At the outset, I would like to actually point out that these sort of incidents only generally, results in blame throwing by, different points. Media is throwing a blame on police, and, somebody else throws a blame on the incapability of the administrators, etc., etc. But, the core issue is not getting addressed.
Yes.
The core issue is that, as one of the callers earlier pointed out, it is the upbringing of the people by the parents. Now, that Bharat has lost its Sanskriti, that sort of respect for woman as a Devi, that, with that very old, it may be old, but then it has so much of an advanced concept that is completely being messed up.
Right.
We are all caught between different cultures. That is one aspect. The second aspect, too much of movies. Movies are instigating people. Nobody is understanding. Nobody is telling them. Nobody is actually censoring them enough. And if any point of the movies are there, people are just enjoying. They want to enjoy. They don't want to go through the difficulties. So movies have to be, they are actually framing the minds, young minds.
Right.
They pick up a lot of temptations from there. And
Right.
this is the result.
Okay.
I don't know why nobody's focusing. And, one more important point is about the dress code and other stuff which is there. See, after some injury has taken place, the pain is there. So therefore, what the parents say is that please don't get injured because it will pain you. But if you say, no, I have to get injured and let me face the pain, that is what happens. That is what some gentlemen
Okay, Sanjay.
mentioning about the dress code and the nighttime people. See, in order to avoid some...
Well, all right, Sanjay, one would have a difference of opinion there as far as the dress code is concerned. But nonetheless, thanks so much for joining us. We also have our next caller from the city where the incident took place, Rajagopal, who joins us now on the phone line. Rajagopal, thanks so much for speaking to us. This is absolutely despicable that a situation that has happened in Bengaluru, a city that actually boasts of the best nightlife, that boasts of having some of the finest restaurants and pubs as well.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
You see, I have only one question I put on that after seeing the raveling and other things. The dress code, they say dress code. It is only for men or women. That's all I want. Whether dress code, see, men, even in sports field, men are dressed in full half pant and other things. Whereas women dress half naked like that, they are playing. Similarly, on the road also, they want to behave like that.
No, so are you saying it is the fault of women just because they're wearing a dress that gives unruly men, a license to misbehave like this with women?
Unruly men will take place because you can't about dress code, Women said men are also coming naked there, like women.
No, so you're saying there should be a dress code for men as well?
No. See, when the dress code is, men are having full pant and everything, women also must have the dress code. It's not a thing coming half naked on the road. Where it is crowd is gathering, they should realize, and the parents should teach the children, especially girl children, how to dress themselves in the public. I have seen it, including my grandchildren are dressing like that. I am very fed up of that.
No, instead of saying how these men need to be punished, you are saying that women should change their ways of dressing.
See,
that is absolutely unacceptable.
I am not telling you. See, behavior of men is also wrong, but at the same time, you have to say
so do you think that incidents like this will not happen if women dress up fully clad? And mind you, sir, incidents like this also happen when women dress up traditionally.
No, it is not happening. Traditionally, when men goes, lady goes in traditional dress, it is not happening. I can assure you. See, we have seen so many utsavas and other things in villages and all places. There's nothing happened. Here it's, I find.
How do you know, sir? Do you know statistics?
See,
anyway,
when you talk about dress code, why only for women? Why not for men?
All right, Mr. Rajagopal, thanks so much for speaking to us. We have another caller from Bengaluru, Rajdeep, who is joining us now. Rajdeep, please go ahead with your comments.
Yeah, hi. Actually, I wanted to talk about the incident which recently has happened.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing is first of all, it's not an incident. So every time in the Brigade road it happens, during the New Year. So even my friend has faced the issue last time also during the New Year. So she was kind of molested by this group of people. So drunk people will be there. So this is not the new incident.
Right.
Which has happened.
But Rajdeep, where do you think the problem is if you're saying that this is not the first incident in Bengaluru?
Yeah, I mean, every time when during the New Year in Brigade Road, so many people are gathering there, and every time some sort of these things happening, might be not as large scale as this time, then the police needs to, take a call on this.
All right, Rajdeep, thanks so much. We also have with us another caller from Hyderabad, Vishwanath, who joins us. Vishwanath, thanks so much for speaking to us on India Today. Please go ahead and share your views about this absolutely shameful incident in Bengaluru.
Yes, ma'am. To all the viewers of India Today, I would like to take this thing. First of all, I would like to condemn the incident that has taken place. Not only this specific incident, the various incidents, such incidents have been taken place, have been identified, and they are happening all over India. But no stern action is identified. Let me also, as somebody was speaking this TV just now, let us not put the blame only on the such incidents. Actually, the question is as to why these such incidents are taking place. When we were studying in 1950s and 1960s, there were some ethics in our books. There were some ethics. We went through. I can quote so many incidents such as.
All right. All right, Vishwanath, thanks so much for speaking to us. We also have another caller from Bengaluru, where the incident did take place. Abdul joins us now. Abdul, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to mention about one thing. Just referring to the other gentleman who was a short while back was mentioning about the dress code.
Yes.
I actually agree with him totally, because all the religions in our country teaches about the dress code, how we have to be, and if at the spark of the night, and if a person is drunk and he sees the woman dressed up like that, obviously he's going to be agitated to do things like that. So of course it's 100% the fault of the man who has done it, but at the same time the women also have to be careful.
All right, Abdul, thanks so much for speaking to us on India Today. We leave it there. You hear the views of our callers calling in from various parts of the country. And interestingly, instead of condemning the incident, most of the opinions that came across is that women, in fact, should have maintained a proper dress code. They shouldn't have dressed up in short skirts and dresses as well.